Hello YouTube. I have another video for you tonight. This is the actual complete setup that I got today. Very, very, very sexy. So right now what I'm reviewing for you is an Apo clone. APO, for those of you who haven't actually heard of it. It's really big in cloud chasing right now because of all the airflow. Not sure who made this particular clone. I don't know if it's Sigreen or Fastech or anyone else who makes it. I'm not sure. But I picked this up from eSig and Vape Depot. They have an Instagram and a Facebook. You can just look them up. They also have a website. But they're here in Atlanta. They were at Vaporpalooza as well. Clouds courtesy of a 24 gauge twisted coil, and that's 24 gauge Canthal. Pretty good, pretty good. Very nice airflow, nice open draw. It has, you know, different airflow options. You can change it. She kicks. I can dig it. Alright, so we're gonna go up close with this thing and show you what she's packing. Okay, so, you know, it came with this drip tip here. I'm just keeping it here for the video. I do like this drip tip because, you know, it looks very nice on the RDA itself. The only problem I can already see that I have with this is when you try to pull, if you try to pull just the drip tip out, the entire thing comes off. And I think it's just because this, this little O-ring here that's holding all this together, keeping that closed. That O-ring isn't the best. It's kind of loose. She's taking a little bit of ramp up time. My battery isn't fully charged. She's definitely, she's doing something on there. I think this is at like maybe almost 1 ohm. Yeah, my battery's not fully charged either, so you know she's still doing good for 1 ohm. Alright, so let's close that down. Just show you the deck here. So you can see on this side, it came with, you know, has the 3 posts on it, 2 negatives, positive in the center. The positive post is significantly larger than the 2 negative posts. They did come with tiny little holes, so I had to drill through those, which was really a pain in my ass. Getting through one side would be difficult, and then the other side would be like off center, so they wouldn't be the same. So I actually had to drill the holes straight. So now they're all straight, but in the middle of doing that, I knocked this positive post off rotation. So now it twists sort of when you're trying to adjust, which really sucks. So I'm probably just going to end up replacing that. It's very easy to replace a positive post. The deck is pretty small. Juice well isn't significantly large either. So, you know, that's eh. You know, but what really makes this RDA what it is that adjustable airflow. So on one side here, you have the smallest hole here, and then the largest hole. And then here's another hole on one side. It's only on one side because that's for if you're trying to go in single coil. So that when you do that, it's actually closed off on the other side. You know, it's really good. Closes off the draw a little bit, directs that air a little bit better. But I still think, you know, when I do single coil, I still like to open it all the way up just because, you know, I like the airflow. Still feel like the clouds are better if you have the airflow completely open. You can see that logo there, the Apo logo. There's some rivets up here. I don't really think they're like supposed to draw some of that heat away. Sorry, I have juice all on my hand. I don't really think they're supposed to draw any of that heat away. If so, it's not particularly working. Because if you put a shorter drip tip on here, you're still going to feel a significant amount of heat if you have a hot coil build on there. This drip tip does help. It does tend to not get as hot as some of the shorter drip tips, but you know, that's plain common sense. That's pretty much all you have to her. But like I was saying, the only thing I really don't like, see, this O-ring is phenomenal. That O-ring is really good. You know, it's even bulging when you look at it right here. It's bulging. But on this one, it's almost flush. Like it's almost nothing. But they did include a spare O-ring, so I will be removing this O-ring and putting that one on because it should greatly help me. Alright, so let's back out, give her a final vape and a final talk through. you know. And you can see the amount of clouds that are coming off this thing with like a battery that's been used for a while. I just used it in the last video, and I was using it for a little bit before that. It wasn't even fully charged. It's not a cloud chasing build on here, and you're getting all that vapor. So, you know, and those aren't really long hits either. It's like a 4-second hit.
That is really nice.
I don't think you'll even have to drill any holes in this to properly cloud chase with this. I think if you put a really good build on here with a really nice mod without, you know, a lot of voltage drop, you should be fine. What I'm vaping on, for those of you that will ask, this is high voltage, and it's the Tesla one. Tastes really, really good. I'm going to be doing a juice review on it, so I won't get too far into that at the moment. That is pretty much all I have to say. Final synopsis, excellent. 25,000 thumbs up. It's really good. Great flavor production. You can really taste that juice. I'd say probably the best out of the RDAs I've tried, actually. Really good with juice. I don't think whatever build you put on it, of course that's going to change it, but I don't think you're going to have bad flavor no matter what build you have. Of course, this is a more flavorful build, of course, having that twisted wire there. If you're looking for clouds, definite yes. And if you're looking for a flavor, definite yes. This is just an all-around great RDA here, and this is just the clone. If you buy the actual authentic, it's $99. There's a bunch of places you can buy it from. I saw the authentic there as well. The authentic was pretty good also. They seemed almost sort of the same, except the authentic was a little bit heavier, and that the copper ring looked a little shinier. So, you know, that's that. But if you don't want to buy the authentic, if you're just one of those people that just prefers clones, you don't have the money for authentic stuff, you know, just to keep you from smoking, go with this clone. This only cost me $15, and like I said, I got it from the e-cig and Vape Depot. Okay, so that's about all I have to say. It's excellent. Still loving this. This Tri-U is just phenomenal. I think I'm gonna like this for as long as I decide to keep it. It is good. Unless it does something really crazy and just tries to get like a mad voltage drop or something on me, or gets like a hot finger, I think I'm gonna be in love with this forever. You're probably gonna have to replace that O-ring. I don't know. It might have just been the one I got. So, as always, go check out the Instagram, the Tumblr, the Facebook, the Twitter, all of our social media. Support our funding efforts. All the links will be in the description and on the home page, right on the header. Without further ado, oh, the juice is spilling on me. Oh, this juice is yummy, yummy, yummy juice. Without further ado, I bid you adieu. And as always, vape true, vape right, and vape on. Adios. Okay, so I'm actually recording this a day after the other video. This is the APO box. I forgot to show that before when I recorded it. So if you open her up, I think it's prudent to mention also that people who got the authentic Apo, they didn't get a box. They got like a little bag with the Apo logo on it, so I don't really know about that, but it came with a certificate of inspection. Another thing is that people that got the authentic one, they said they didn't get any coils or anything. They didn't get any pre-wrapped coils. They didn't get any a screwdriver or any extra screws. But in mine, I got a set of pre-wrapped coils. I haven't looked at them to see what they're reading at, but it's probably somewhere around 1.2 ohms, something like that. And then it came with a little screwdriver. And the APO itself, the APO, the ring is actually being patinaed right now, so watch that video when you see it. And there is, on the bottom, an O-ring. And there were 2 extra screws in here, but Vaporpalooza got kind of crazy. I opened the box and the screws flew everywhere. So they are now on the floor of the Airport Hilton Hotel somewhere in that giant room. And I was entirely too lazy to try to search for them with the throngs of people and the smoke and the feet. It would have been quite a spectacle among many other spectacles, and I didn't want to be another spectacle. So, there you go. That is what was actually in the box. So, I do like that it came with all this extra stuff, as opposed to the authentic not coming with any, because then if you have to order, I mean, if you need anything, if you need any screws, if you need a new O-ring, if you need anything like that, you have to order it from them, and that can be a hassle. It takes you longer. Meanwhile, you can't use it if it's something detrimental. Like if you really need a screw and you're missing a screw, you can only do a single coil build. If you are missing the positive post screw, then you're just screwed. Unless you have another screw that is interchangeable, which I don't really think there would be for this, unless you have one where the center post is larger. As you can see, it's not even like most of them would be. Like it's not they're not the same size. This one's bigger. All that juice. This one's bigger, so you would need a bigger screw for that. I think this screw though is about equivalent to the Tobe. It looks like it, but I'm not really sure. There's that beautiful coil there, and we'll be showing you guys how to build that as well. I'm just trying to get myself prepared to do all those coil build videos, since there are a bunch of people that are so afraid of sub-ohming. Gotta make sure I get the disclaimer and everything right. So there you go. That's enough of my rambling about things that I didn't do when I first recorded this. And now back to the video as it was originally recorded.